Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. Now in today's video we are going to look at this Vanquest Gofer 12, which is my everyday carry bag. Now this bag has been absolutely fantastic. In a prior video we did look at this as well as the Javelin 18, which at this point the Gofer 12 I have set up as my everyday carry bag. I've been carrying it for a little over a month now and I absolutely love it. The Javelin 18 I've set up as a firearms range bag, and that's going to be also a follow-up video on my Eric Outer channel, which is my firearms portion of my Outer Limitless YouTube channel. But today, the Gofer 12, this has been absolutely fantastic. So what we're going to do, I'm going to bring you through this. I'm going to show you it in detail, but not for all the features, rather the types of content that I have fit inside, how this works for me, and how this might be a great option for you. And if you are interested in seeing this in a little more detail, do me a favor and take a look back at one of my prior videos. But with that said, I have a whole bunch to do and a whole bunch to share with you, and if you're interested in seeing a little bit more about what I'm about to get into, do me a favor, stay tuned. Now before we get too far, I would like to say thank you very much to the people at Vanquest who did provide this for review. Now there's no doubt that in my mind, Vanquest makes one of the finest, and I'm going to say pure EDC bags. All of their bags are great multi-purpose items, but at the same time, when it comes to pure EDC and the ability to really build out an everyday carry bag that not only carries your stuff well, but what I always say, a good EDC allows you to work out of it effectively. And that's exactly what you have here with the Gofer 12. Now, one thing I'm going to point out right away, the ability to work out of this, well, you'll notice right when I put this down, it just stays upright. It's perfectly presented. I have the ability to just get in here and start my day without fuss, without fighting, without anything out of place. Everything is just organized in front of me. So throughout the day, well, guess what that means? I'm not leaving things laying around because it's inconvenient. I'm just working out of my bag. So for me, when I need my pen, guess what? I grab my pen, I do my work, and then, well, if I'm going to leave or I'm going to take a break or I'm going to go someplace else or head out into the field, I don't just leave this laying around. I slide it right back in my bag and it's right where I need it. It's perfect. I'm not losing it. I'm not wondering where it is. I don't forget it at work and come home and go, ah, crap, where's my pen? It's where I need it to be, and that's definitely what you get with Vanquest products, the ability to work out of this bag and work out of it very effectively. And the other thing is the layout. The general layout on Vanquest products, always fantastic. That is absolutely the case here with the Gofer 12. Now, there is a larger version. I opted for the smaller version because, well, I wanted something that was going to be a little bit tidy, a little bit compact, and in reality, the tablet computer that I use is not too large, and it does work, but this does have just a little bit of a deficiency, and I'm going to get into that. And so, although extremely good, I do have to say this is not perfect, but there's nothing perfect, and the great certainly outweighs the very few minor things that just aren't quite perfect. And to be honest with you, the not perfect is mostly my choice. First things first, keep in mind this is the Gofer 12. There is also the Gofer 15. So if I wanted to go larger, I certainly could have done that. The other thing is I choose what goes in this. And, well, that's on me. That's my system. Nothing to do with the bag. So the not perfect part about this was my decisions. Nothing to do with Vanquest, the Gofer, the design. However, I will go through some of the considerations that I had to make and sort of where that leaves me. And as I open this up, well, we're going to start from the inside and then we're going to go through some of the rest of this. And the first thing I absolutely 100% have to have is my computer. This is my work computer. It's required to be with me whether I'm home or whether I'm at work. I do work in the office and sometimes remote, so having this with me is key. Now, the first thing you'll notice is this does fit in this pocket. However, it is a little tight. You'll notice here there's this little shock cord keeper here that goes over the top. That's no problem. It's the fact of the matter that my tablet is just a little snug going in there, and for the only reason being it has a ruggedized case, and on the side it has this little sort of pen holder. And well, what that means is this pocket here, which is padded, which is nice high vis, which is really perfect for a tablet computer. Unfortunately, this is just a little bit tight. In this case, this is roughly 14.5 inches diagonal, and it's about 12.25 inches to the widest point. And as I go to slide this in here, it is so darn close. But on the edge here, just the stupid pen holder is enough to make that just a little snug. It will go with ease, but well, good thing Vanquest does a nice job with their trim. They kind of put this nice trim on the outside. Here you can see that black webbing trim. Nicely done. That protects the edge and keeps it a little bit rigid, so I can actually get this in here. Now, as I mess around with this, you see it's just a little bit tight. So if you didn't have this, I would say a 14-inch tablet fits in there with ease. Certainly anything smaller. If your device is 12.25 inches or shorter, you can pretty much make it work. And so that's one of the considerations I'm talking about. Had I gone with the Gofer 15, it would have fit with ease, but I would have had a wider bag, and I wanted to maintain something sort of slim and tidy and nice and compact, and this was definitely the way to go. So did I make it real close? Yeah, I made it darn close. But fact of the matter is, I actually made it. Now, something else that I have found has worked out great, and I know this sounds foolish, but my computer has this horrible tendency that when I pack it up, will sometimes stay running. And when you look at the top here, you'll notice in the case, it does have a whole bunch of ventilation. But what happens when I accidentally leave my computer running, I don't know it, well, with the top closed, unfortunately, things get really, really hot. And I have almost burnt out my computer. But what I do, and I know Vanquest did not intend on this, but they actually saved my butt, which is it's got this zipper on the outside flap to allow me to get to the contents on the inside. And so I will actually leave this a lot of times unzipped so that if my computer decides it's going to continue to run, the heat will dissipate and vent out of here. Again, not an intended purpose for this. It's really to get into the contents without opening the flap, but this has worked out extremely well. So if you have the same problems I have, this might save your butt too. And so now that we're on the outside flap, well, here you'll see these nice pockets. I've put a couple of patches on here. Rocking the Work Tough gear. I love that knife company. They do fantastic work. And if you're not familiar, I do have a couple of knife designs coming out with Work Tough gear in the near future, so definitely keep an eye out. But nice little morale field. Now, some people have been, I would say, a little bit critical of that because they do want this bag to be a little more gray man. At this point, I don't mind this at all. I really don't. At first, I was kind of like, it would have been nice, but you know what? I actually like the fact that it's here. So this is warming up on me. I definitely like putting these little patches. I think it's pretty cool. Now, very simple. In this day and age, well, I don't have a choice. Couple of spare masks. So keeping those right in the front where I can get to them quickly. It has actually worked out very well in a couple of cases where I need to get to those quickly. So I do keep some masks in there. And then this side here, I pretty much leave it open as a dump. Now, the reason for that, I don't always carry a power bank, but sometimes I do. And when I do, I really like the ability to take my phone, pair it up with my Anker battery here, or whichever one I decide to carry, with my cable, plug it in, get it charging, and literally slide it right in the front pocket. And this will just sit here, no problem. Get it inside. I can start it charging. I can zip it or not zip it. If I'm traveling, I can zip it up. I do kind of like this to be open while it's charging, just because it could create a little bit of heat. Sometimes lithium batteries are kind of funny, but I do like to have this sort of available on the front. So that's what I do with that, which works out extremely well. And in other cases, I can simply use this as a nice, quick little dump. So get a little cash, get a couple receipts, something like that. I'm literally always going to the post office, get some receipts, slide them in here, and then I get home. And anytime I get receipts, it's pretty much because I'm shipping something and I want to kind of keep track. So get the receipts out of here, sort of get my tracking details, and then pull them out of here and I move on. So this is just for me, nice little convenient dump pocket on the front of the bag. Now going to the inside, I choose sometimes to buckle the bag. Generally I don't, because for me, I'm in my house, I go to my car, I go into work. I'm not really like commuting so much. So locking the bag up or having security is not a big deal. And this is so like secure in the way it just sits down. It doesn't even like fall off of my car seat. It just literally like sits down and hangs out there, no problem. So honestly, I really don't even clip it shut, and I don't need these Velcro. So the Velcro here really allowing you to Velcro it to the front of the bag. I found I don't really even need to do that. But speaking of the front of the bag, you'll notice these Velcro fields, which does allow the sort of front flap to Velcro tidy to this. I decided to just use it for a couple of little morale patches. So here I got the Vanquest morale patch. That's pretty cool. Now I do keep my primary writing utensils right in the front. I love this fact. I love the idea that I can literally just get right to these, no problem, quick and easy. They're right there. I just, you know, keep them here all the time. So my pencils, eraser, these are actually products that I'm in the sort of like current status of looking at these and reviewing them, but you know, provide me with a little light if I need it, which is cool. So right in the front of the bag, very simple and easy. Just nice to have some things at my fingertips. This has worked out extremely well. Now the front pocket here, again, fairly open, but I just keep a couple little knickknacks and cool little things. So just got this ProTech coin here. I got this at Blade Show. Cool little memento. And again, if you fill all these pockets, you end up with what I call a little bit of competition of space. So that to me, I leave it sort of open because, and I'm just going to say it real quick, behind this is a nice zippered pocket that really is completely, I would say, like Velcro lined on this side. So theoretically, and you'll see I just keep a Write in the Rain notebook here, but theoretically, this could have a number of items in it if you so choose. For me, I leave this for small documents. It's not big enough for like 8.5 by 11 documents, but I do leave it for small documents, and I just happen to have my Write in the Rain notebook here in case I need it. And once you fill sort of this pocket, which to me is a little more, I would say, just a little more useful in a lot of ways. Or I shouldn't say useful, I should say flexible. A little more flexible than the outside pockets. I really didn't want to fill these too much. I like my bag to stay slim and compact and sit well and carry well. So not overfilling the pockets has been key. And on this side, again, just opening this up, down inside here, right now, currently nothing. But what I do is a lot of times I'll pull my wallet out and I'll pull my keys out and I'll put them in this pocket so that I'm not carrying them all day. And then I just sort of close that up. They're fairly concealed. People don't really see them, which is nice because a lot of times my bag's literally sitting like this on my office chair. I don't want people seeing my wallet. So if I can just pull my wallet out of my pocket, pull my keys out, and just slide them in there, well, that kind of goes away. People don't really see it. It's concealed, it's secure, and it gets it out of my pocket, so I'm comfortable throughout the day. So that's just open and available, and you'll notice that this particular pocket here is gusseted, which is nice. So it does have a little flex and give, so something a little bulkier, like maybe your wallet or your keys, will definitely fit in there easily. So this has worked out very nicely, and I love the fact that it's sort of on the inside flap. And if I was commuting, the nice thing is I get a little added security where if my wallet was in here, well, on top of that, clip it shut. It's quite secure. And if you really had to, you could also go with the Velcro. So for me, something that is always critical, I am a big believer in having some tools with you. So not only is my EDC sort of my office carry stuff, but my basic tools, which I always need these. Nobody is ever prepared or has what they really need. I mean, very seldom. So for me, having some things in here is just about perfect. So some basic tools, you'll see these nice organizers, keeping everything in here. Now the inside of this is Velcro lined, which is awesome. So any Velcro pouches work out very well. So I end up with some things like, for example, a couple of multi-tools with bits. I have a nice little butane torch in here. I have all of my bits and some cool little tools and picks and little things. I have some files, little things that just do come into play from time to time. This magnet, which I've been carrying this thing forever, but whenever you have that, you know, thing that you drop and you can't get to it and you just need that magnet to reach it, I mean, this comes into play. So that's worked out very well. Couple little odds and ends. I always have a nice fixed blade knife with me. I do eat a lot of like reheated meals and a lot of like meat and things like that at lunchtime. So having a nice fixed blade with me, absolutely sweet. And that just fits in here so nice, no problem. Then in here, this Vanquest pouch, which is pretty awesome, has all my little sort of refills and a couple of chapsticks and, you know, all the little lead refills and ink refills that I need. So that fits in here perfectly. And again, you know, Vanquest products being fantastic, these pouches are great. On the outside here, some shock cord, so a couple little things. I have paracord needles because sometimes I get into, you know, making some different paracord sort of crafts here and there. So I just keep those in there. I know where they are. They're never lost. Again, little multi-tools and things that are going to come into play. And this here for me has just been fantastic. The fact that this is just so well laid out, fits in here absolutely perfect, and just gives me some of the basic necessities that I need throughout my day. And for other people that say, well, I don't even have a screwdriver, well, guess what? I have like 4 of them here. So let's get to work. This has worked out extremely well. I always need a place to keep my checks, so I just keep these right in this pocket here. So each week the checks roll in. Very easy for me. They kind of just accumulate over time, not a big deal, and those just slide in there. And next week's gonna come, and boom, the next one, and boom, the next one. And every so often, I just pull these out of here and properly dispose of them and process them as I need. Now, even the back of Vanquest bag here is very useful. You'll see here as I unzip this pocket, well, this is my main notebook. I use this for all of my sort of creative process and all the things that I think about and need to keep track. Now, I did used to keep my pen and pencil in here all the time, but as I mentioned, they're now on the front of the bag, so this just kind of sits here ready to go, and I just keep this right inside here. It fits beautifully. You'll notice right down inside here. It could probably fit vertically if I want, and then slide something else beside it and really get a little more advantage of the space. This could also double as a concealed carry pocket if you want. Vanquest also making like a CCW holster for your firearm that is Velcro lined. It would fit down inside. The nice thing is this is against your body, so if you had to and you had this up against your body, you can definitely get down inside here, you know, unzip this in one direction or the other and get down in there. Now personally, I would probably at this point not necessarily conceal carry in my bag, but you can certainly do so. And this is also nice where if you have to, you can lock it. So Vanquest products oftentimes having the ability to actually lock them shut, and where this is potentially a concealed carry compartment, that could be a big deal. So this is set up pretty well for that. Have I done it? No, but you definitely can, and I like the fact that it's set up to do it. Now also on the back, this is so if you were like traveling, you could actually pass your luggage handle through here. Now I haven't had to travel with this bag yet, although it would be perfect and I definitely would do that. But on the back here, this also having a pocket, I just literally keep my headphones in here, very easy. And usually I have a couple bucks, yeah, so just a few dollars thrown in here in case I need a coffee or in case I just happen to be driving. And you know, granted these days toll booths are I guess a little bit less common to actually pay with cash, but just in case I need it, I got it. So always good to have a few bucks on your side. And then speaking of on the side, you do literally have two water bottle pockets, so one on each side here with some of this sort of, you know, flexible, and it's not really exactly like a shock cord, but it's definitely that flexible material. This will expand. Now, at this point, I have not needed to carry water bottles, but you do end up with one on each side if you need to. So I can't really speak too much about my experience using these. However, what I can tell you is this is a fairly nice size water bottle pocket. If you're not overly stuffing the bag, you can definitely get away with fitting a reasonable size sort of Nalgene in here, which works out pretty well. Any other size water bottle, pretty much no problem. So nice that these are here. Granted, at this point, I haven't used them too much, but definitely nice that there's one on each side of the bag. Now, after use, the shoulder strap has been, I would say, really good, but there's just the funny little thing when this starts to get twisted up, and not a big deal, but sometimes this will actually get twisted up, like underneath here, and it's a little bit of a pain. And the other place it's a pain is, well, on this side here, because this is a little bit adjustable, so this tends to get sort of twisted, and then when I pick the bag up, it'll pull, and when that happens, the strap gets a little bit messed up, and then it's kind of wonky. This is the only thing about the strap that I don't like, the fact that it kind of gets sometimes twisted up in here, and it just slows me down when I go to take this away. And now look what happened. This is literally spun around. It has a half twist in it, and it's, I would say, just not as easy to maneuver as I would like. So I literally have to, at this point, like come back, twist this around, like feed it back through, try to get it straightened out. Hopefully that did it. Yes. So at this point, you know, I'm sort of back and running. So the only thing I can say I don't like about the shoulder strap is this one part right here. And it's kind of needed for the adjustability, but at the same time, where this is like a seatbelt material, you'll see it's very pliable and sort of soft, which is nice in a way. I mean, it contours to your body and it's a great material, but at the same time allows this strap to get a little bit spun up sometimes if you're not careful. Now, with all of that, well, where do I keep my documents? That is another one of the sort of fundamental problems I have with my setup. And again, that's the way I set this up. Remember, if we flip this open, I chose to use this compartment here really for tools, and this compartment here for my tablet computer. Now, remember, I said you could get away with 12¼ inches. Well, ultimately, that means you could easily get a folder in here. You could get 8.5 by 11 documents in here. And to me, you know, I sort of left myself a little bit lacking in my ability to transport documents around. Again, not the bag's fault, really just my personal choice in A, going with the Gofer 12 versus 15, and the 15 being a little wider would have bought me a little extra room. But also, you know, just my general layout left me a little bit lacking in the ability to carry documents. So again, not the bag's fault, not Vanquest's fault, and not a design flaw, just my own personal sort of decisions in the bag that I chose, and then also the way I decided to lay it out. But all in all, there's no doubt that Vanquest products are absolutely fantastic, perfect for EDC, and this Gofer 12 has been a wonderful everyday carry option for me. And so again, I would like to say thank you very much to the people at Vanquest for providing this for review. As I've mentioned a number of times, Vanquest products absolutely super high-end, nice quality, great materials, excellent hardware, the features, the layout, and the design. Vanquest doing a wonderful, wonderful job with their design, so definitely hats off to them. They always do a fantastic job, and these newest products, they have absolutely nailed them, taking some of the best layout and design and features from all of their prior bags, sort of combining it into one, into this Gofer platform, and this bag is an absolute home run. And so if you're interested in checking out the Javelin 18, that will be a review on my Eric Outer channel coming up very soon, using it as a firearms range bag. So alright guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.